Hi, I'm Liz Egner with RE/MAX of Reading with the Egner Group, and I'm here today with Marlene Schwoyer from Fulton Bank. And as we know, there's all kinds of mortgages, but when you build a home, sometimes it's done a little differently. And Marlene and Fulton do a really good job on construction loans, so she's going to explain how that works. So give us the scoop.
Sure, there's a couple different ways to start with a construction loan. The first would depend on if you've already owned your lot or not. So the first situation would be if you bought your lot a couple years ago and now you're ready to build, or if you recently bought your lot and you're building in a couple months. In both those situations, you can use the equity in the lot as a down payment on your total construction loan. Okay. So if you purchase the lot for $100,000 and you put $20,000 down, that $20,000 now becomes part of the down payment on the total construction price. Okay. The other way to do it is to purchase the lot and settle on the construction loan at the same time so that the lot is rolled into the construction loan right away. And settlement is always up front before construction starts. And you'll go to settlement, and that's when you would sign all your mortgage papers and pay your settlement costs up front before construction begins. And then the construction starts, and as the builder is building, he will request certain funds from the loan to pay certain phases of the construction. So usually the first phase would be excavation and pouring of the footers, and then the builder would request a certain amount of money, which we disperse that money. That would continue as the builder asks for more and more money. And as we're dispersing more and more money to the builder, you're paying interest on that money that's been dispersed. So the interest payments start out small, but they get larger and larger as you use more and more of the money until the end. Then the loan converts into the permanent mortgage, and that's when your first full monthly mortgage payment starts. There's not a second settlement. Usually it's just a couple papers that you're signed with the bank, and there's options to buy down your interest rate at that time or convert to different loan products. So there's a lot of different options at the end. And then usually when all that is done is when the home is done and the customer moves into the house.
Okay. So at the end, it becomes a regular mortgage,
Right.
set up whatever makes sense for the people.
Right. There's a lot of different options that customers can choose from either upfront or at the end. So you can start with a certain product and then float your interest rate, which means that you're really not locked into a rate until the end when the construction is done. Or if you feel like you think rates are going to go up, you have the option to lock in a rate up front. Okay. So there's a couple different options up front, but then at the end you can change your mind and change the option. But you can end up with a 30-year fixed rate mortgage without going to a second settlement.
Okay, great. So that's the only difference is the way that the way it's set up in the beginning, and then the builder gets paid as he goes along, and then in the end you end up with a regular old mortgage of whatever sort.
Right, right.
Okay,
and before any money is dispersed to the builder, the lender will go out to inspect to make sure that the work is done, and then the funds get dispersed directly to the builder.
Right, so the builder's not being paid until you're checking on it.
Exactly.
So
right.
that protects,
Yes.
protects everybody.
Yes.
Okay, very good. So if you're going to build a house, Marlene does a great job, Fulton does a great job. You'll want to check with them. And again, if you have any questions about real estate, I'm Liz Egner with the Egner Group, and this is Marlene Schwoyer with Fulton Bank. Thank you very much.
Thank you.